everyone, today we are doing profile valuation. Student number 1. He has 3.1 GPA and a 1600 perfect SAT score and a few international achievements for his extracurricular activities. And he is aiming for Stanford University. So the thing with Stanford is that the admission is done in stages. The first stage is to separate the legacies, single choice early action and recruited athletes from all others. All these applications will be read and a committee will determine whether they are good enough to be Stanford students. The rest will go through a number of hurdles. The first hurdle is the SAT score. Because it is a national test with a single number, at least a third will be set aside. Not tossed into the bin, but assigned a lower priority solely on the SAT score. Please remember, selecting about 2,000 applicants out of at least 40,000 applications is extremely time-consuming. So using the SAT score is efficient. He will probably make it through that hurdle. At this point, there are 1,500 slots for 25,000 applicants. The next hurdle is the GPA. This requires a reviewer to evaluate your transcript. Now, some schools are tougher than others. Some courses are more difficult. So the GPA as a number is not as comparable as the SAT score. There is no magic cutoff here, guys. But I would say you need at least an unweighted GPA of 3.8 to get through that hurdle. The GPA number can be higher or lower depending upon the competition. The goal is to set aside 15,000 applicants. The third hurdle is your letter of recommendation. There is no magic number here too. Any negative information will get you set aside. We are now down to 6,000 to 8,000 applications out of 1,500 places. The following hurdle is evaluating your essay and extracurricular activities. This is very time consuming. After this, there are about 3,000 applications or so. This is when the Stanford family is called in to interview the applicants in every part of the world. Now, depending upon the review, your application then is reviewed by a committee to determine whether you are an appropriate addition to the incoming portfolio of students. Finally, along with the legacy, single choice early action and athletic non-rejects, an algorithm is used to determine how many acceptance letters to send out and how many applicants to put on the waitlist. Now let's come to the next profile. She's a straight A student, SAT score of 1500. She's an athlete ranked top 50-ish in a less popular sport in the nation. Preferences are Harvard, Yale, Princeton and Stanford. Her profile is pretty competitive. Her SATs are great, but they are about the median SAT of students admitted to these colleges. So of the tens of thousands of applicants for a relatively handful of spaces, these schools reject more students with 1,500 SATs than they admit. These schools accept less than 10% of their applicants. The athletic performance could be a big plus for her, especially if it is a sport played at these schools, and even more so if there is an NCAA championship in the sport. She is competitive, yes, but as I said, you should not be spending too much on this Harvard craze just yet. I would suggest applying to a number of schools of this caliber and one or two schools with slightly less competitive profiles. There are many excellent universities to choose from that are not in the Ivy League category. CLBS experts have more than 9 years of experience in helping students realize their study abroad dreams. Our students are studying around the globe in top universities, and if you dream that too, then connect with us today. Thanks for watching.